Once upon a time, there was a woman who was trying to declutter her home. She heard that she knew that she had too much stuff. And so she did what she thought you would do to clear out the mess. She would empty out a cabinet. And then, after the whole cabinet was empty, then she was going to go through it and decide what she could get rid of and decide what she wanted to keep and decide what she wanted to give away. That's how she was taught to do it. But something weird happened. Like every single time she did that process, she got interrupted by one of her two kids. Something came up every single time. So, what actually happened was she would have just enough time to empty out the cabinet. Then she would need to take care of one of her two children. And before she knew it, the day had gone by, and her husband would walk in the door from working his 10-hour job to a mess on the counter. A mess so big she wasn't able to make dinner because the mess was in the way. And he would calmly load all the stuff back into the cabinet for her to try again another day. This didn't happen one time. This didn't happen two times. This happened three or four times before it finally dawned on this woman that maybe there was a better way. That woman was me. And I finally found a better way to declutter, one that did not involve creating a huge mess, and one that changed my life. And then I started sharing it with my clients and started changing their life. And I'll be honest, this is one of the best things that I've ever come up with. It is so good that I used to keep it reserved for people who had paid me at least $1,000 to know it. I used to keep it behind a $1,000 paywall. You had to work with me, and then I would teach you this method. But I don't know. It's Christmas. I've seen how much living in a decluttered home, an environment that stays mostly clean most of the time, how much it's changed my life. And I just think that it's time to give it away. So this is the Declutter FAST Method. There is a beauty to this method. It is so simple. It is simple enough that it's easy to actually complicate it. It's actually harder to keep it simple than it is to complicate it. I don't know why that is. It comes up over and over and over again. Here's a side story. My daughter and I were watching a YouTube video on how to do butterfly bangs and cut your hair. My daughter was visiting with us, and of course, we decided on a random Sunday night that she needed bangs. And I have a little bit of experience from cutting hair, so I wasn't too intimidated, and we picked a wonderful tutorial, and we followed that tutorial exactly. And we did it, and we cut her hair. She loves the results. She looks adorable. Okay, but that same guy who made the video then started doing reaction videos on YouTube about when people, said they watched his video and then tried to follow. And it was amazing how they did not follow his simple steps. And because of that, sometimes they still eked by and got a decent haircut. Sometimes they were fail, but whatever it was hilarious. Listen carefully. This is called the Declutter FAST Method, and there's only 4 steps. But it's easy to discount how simple you want to keep the 4 steps, okay? So before I tell you that, let me tell you the 3 benefits to the Declutter FAST Method. These are huge. This is the game changer. I think this is the declutter method that everybody in the world should use. And I do not say that lightly. I read the Marie Kondo books. I love them. I read the minimalist books. I read everything that the minimalist wrote, the Becoming Minimalist. I did Fly Lady. She has some great stuff for setting routines. I have read most of the organizing books that were written before 10 years ago. And even with that, I would fail over and over again until I found this method. So simple, but it has worked for me. It has worked for my clients. It has worked over and over again. I cannot express to you the beauty is in its simplicity, and the beauty is in its benefits. Here are the 3 life-changing benefits of the Declutter FAST method. Number 1, it stops you from making a bigger mess. Number 2, instead of feeling like you're having to lose something every time you let it go, you're having to make a hard decision. Should I keep this or should I let it go? It jumps you completely out of that scarcity mindset and into an abundance mindset. How I describe it to my clients is this: it feels like you're going on a shopping spree of your own stuff. It turns decluttering from a chore to a delight. It's a fun experience when you do the 4 steps this way. And then number 3 is, and this is the compounding interest of this. So if you ever feel guilty about, I got rid of something, it was worth money, I feel like I wasted my money, you don't need to feel that anymore, because this is this makes future decluttering, it eliminates it altogether. What it does is it creates a future limit on your buying, because your brain says, I have enough. Then in the future, as you buy something, you'll naturally be able to let something else go. I've been living this method for almost 10 years, and I have never gotten to the state where I started. There's times when I might let go of some things, like maybe we were downsizing to a smaller house and I didn't need as much furniture. Or when we moved to Florida, I got rid of all of my winter clothes. And when we moved back to the Midwest, I had to repurchase a winter wardrobe. Those are specialty things. But in the day to day, this is, I call this the declutter and done method, as in you declutter fast. Fast is an acronym. I'm going to tell it to you in just a second. But it rewires your brain in such a way that if you will pay attention, it will be the last major decluttering you ever have to do. All right. Are you ready for the Declutter Fast method? I'm feeling very excited and very generous sharing this with you. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Okay, declutter fast. F, focus on one small area at a time, as in one category of things. The smaller, the better. You almost can't go too small. So if you were saying, hey, I want to clean out my closet, no, you don't. We're just looking at your long sleeved blouses, or maybe we're just looking at your dress slacks, or maybe your dresses, or maybe your workout shirts or workout bottoms. One small category at a time. Number 1, you want it to be a category, and number 2, you want it to be something that you can get in and out of in less than 15 minutes from start to finish. So pick an area. In your silverware drawer, it might just be the knives, the forks, and the spoons. Maybe just the knives. It might be just serving utensils. So, very, very small category. Focus on one small area at a time. If you will do this, you will learn. I mean, you'll just be able to, it'll be a little bit slower at the beginning. It'll get faster as you go, because you'll just start naturally seeing smaller categories, and you'll think, "Oh, I could declutter my pens and pencils right now. Oh, I could declutter my scarves. Oh, I could declutter my coats." Okay? That's how you want to think. Step number 2, assign a loving limit. Now, this is very important, and I picked these words on very, very specifically. Loving limit. What is a loving limit? It is what is enough for you, your best version, as you're moving towards this new identity. I spoke last week about clutter isn't a mess, it's an identity crisis. If you did not catch that video, make sure you go back and watch that because that will explain what I mean when I say declutter from who you're becoming, not from the past version of you. So, when you are looking at your, say, your coats, maybe you have multiple sizes because you've gained or lost weight. You are going to assign a loving limit, as in, how many coats do I need? Do I need one heavy winter coat, like a parka? Do I need one dress coat? Do I need, or maybe I just want to keep 5 coats and then I cover the categories. Pick a number, but it's a loving limit. It is not a limit like you're trying to force yourself to be minimalist. It's just the number that your brain says, yeah, that sounds like enough. Like imagine you had no coats and you need to go out and buy a few coats. How many coats do you need? How many coats would you want? Ideally, pick a number. Now, don't try to cheat the system, say all of them. Now, it might be that the number you pick is also all of your coats. That's not the problem. But what you're wanting to do is before you start looking at your stuff, you're wanting to decide in your mind what is that number that is enough. It feels like it's enough. If I had a coat for this occasion and a coat for this occasion and then a coat for that, yeah, that would meet all my needs. So you're wanting to assign a loving limit. Your brain wants to decide on a number or decide on a space before you do the next step, before you start looking at your stuff even. By the way, newsflash, this works exceptionally well with children too, if you make it fun. That's another video for another day. All right, so that's step number 2, assign a loving limit, as in what is best for you. We're not talking about deprivation here. We are talking about setting you up for success in your own life. You're not having to hang on to something just because somebody gave it to you. You're not having to hang on to it to use it up because you already spent good money on it. No, we are working from identity of who I am becoming, and that happens when you start living it right now. Right now. All right. Step number 3, the S stands for select your favorites. Shop your favorites. Pretend you're on a shopping spree of your own stuff and just go to town. Say you decided I want 5 coats or jackets. Okay, what is my favorite one? The one that I grab all the time. That's easy. It's as easy as like packing for a trip because you actually intuitively know your favorites. It is so much easier for you to choose your favorites than to decide over and over again if you can stand to let go of this item or that item. It bypasses the whole fear of missing out and makes it a pleasure. You get to shop your favorites. Pretend like none of this is your stuff and you're going to the store and you're buying it. Now, you might decide, actually, some of this is not even good enough. I'm only going to keep 3, but I need 5. Fine, add it to a shopping list. I don't care. It's the process is already working. Okay, shop your favorites. And then the 4th step, and this is the one, again, that people are going to want to complicate. Transfer the rest. Toss the rest. Do not make this a hard step. If you are a person that enjoys reselling stuff, then do that, but only if you enjoy it. If you're a person that doesn't, donate it, toss it, get it out of your house the fastest way. Because it's not wasteful to let go of stuff that you are not going to use or that does not fit your life. What is wasteful is putting more time and energy and sometimes even money into trying to make practical what you've already decided is impractical for your life. So give yourself permission to make it easy. The easier you make this, the more progress you will make because you will not be spending a lot of your time and energy and attention on the stuff that you've already decided has no place in your life. If you have decided that this stuff has no place in your life, then don't try to rehome it in a perfect way. If there is an easy way to get rid of it, choose that. If there is somebody that you can think of right away and you know that you'll give it to them in the next week, do that. But if you understood how valuable your time truly is, then you would not burden yourself with mere material things trying to get rid of them. Okay. I know this can go against a lot of frugal mindset and go against a lot of advice. But we are living in a crazy abundant world. And in this time period, our time, our energy, our attention is worth so much. It is, oh, those are the three things that are always in demand. So taking it to a goodwill, allowing goodwill to send it off to the rest of the world or find a way to repurpose those things, that is a beautiful decision, whatever it is. That's the declutter fast method. I give you full permission to use it and to use it to save you time and energy and future money. The future money savings will be huge. So let's recap. Focus on one small area at a time. A, assign a loving limit. S, shop your favorites, select your favorites, and 4, toss the rest. The benefit of that is that number one, you could just do one small decluttering session in a day, and it'll take 15 minutes or less, and it will not make a bigger mess. It's self contained. Number two, it feels like a delight because you're shopping your own stuff. And then number three, it creates a future limit. And I'll tell you this, that future benefit is everything. The abundance that has come to my life because I started this process has been unbelievable. I was the woman who felt like her house was the biggest bottleneck in her life. It felt like I was failing my kids as a mother. I was failing my husband as a wife. I was not using my talents and abilities. I was just trying to manage a house and failing miserably at it. I did not realize this. I had signed myself up for an impossible task. It was like I had decided that the value of my life should be in taking care of things. Things that sometimes people had given to us for free because they felt sorry for us. Things that no longer fit the life that I was growing towards. Things that just felt like they were shuffling from one corner to the next. We were drowning in stuff. And this Declutter FAST method was a lifeline that changed my life, freed up all my time. That is why I say now, my name is April Bragg, and I am the Time Rich Woman Coach. It's because I have become time rich, and I help other women do the same. And given me a home environment that reflects peace on the outside, the same kind of peace that I enjoy on the inside. I am so intentional with my purchases now because I practice the Declutter FAST method. I enjoy every single thing I have. I enjoy using it up and then replacing it. And I want that for you. So if it feels like your home, your clutter is trapping you, I invite you to use the Declutter FAST method. If you would like personalized help, then I invite you to book a clarity call. During this 45-minute session, and I do this for free, but there's a limited number. There's always a limited number on my calendar. We will find the one bottleneck that is slowing you down or weighing you down and find the solution for it. And if you would like to become a better decision maker, a person who makes fast decisions confidently, then you can download my free tool. It's called the 60-second decision filter. It's 3 questions that I teach all of my clients to ask anytime they need to make a decision. It's easy, it's fast, it's convenient. You'll like the 3 questions, they're not hard, and you'll enjoy becoming a confident decision maker. You deserve that for your life. All right. Any questions? I can't wait to see them in the comments. Make sure you post them, and especially because I might do a roundup of questions for my next video. But in the meantime, may you have the clarity and peace that you seek for your best life. Bye bye.